Looks like my microphone was not on. Now can you hear me? If you can hear me, let me know. I was just talking to Alana and I don't know if my messages were going through. Um, okay, so maybe now you can hear me. I don't know. Or I had more people watching when you couldn't hear me. So maybe that's what people wanted. Was me not to talk. I just realized my microphone was off. Okay, so good. You can hear me now. That's good to know. Yeah, I accidentally had my microphone off. So Casper says hi to Glenn and hi to the new member of your family. And you can see him sulking in front of me there because I'm not playing with him. Hi Wendy, Casper says good morning, but you know his way of saying good morning. So I was talking about what I was spinning, and this is for Tour de Fleece, and this is Romney fiber that I purchased last year as locks. I I still haven't been brave enough to purchase an entire fleece, but this was like around 12 to 16 ounces of the locks, and it's almost a pound, maybe less than a pound. But I did go through the exercise of cleaning it, uh, flicking it open, and then carding it. And it was really soft and really lovely, and everything was looking good. And see, Alana, I'll make you proud. Hi, Echo. Uh, I have my uh, cheat sheet out here to make sure I'm spinning consistently. That is my singles, that's my 2 ply, and that's my 3 ply, which is usually how I like my yarn to be. I'm not uh, let me see if it can focus. Come on, focus, dude. Dude, focus. Yeah, I can never get these things to focus. I have never done Tour de Fleece either. This is my very first time, and from what I was hearing from groups was that it is no pressure. It's not like Spinzilla where you have to have certain yardage and there are these bunch of rules. It's basically you make your own rules as to what you want to accomplish and see if you can do them, and if you don't, it's fine, I guess. But I'm set up a goal for me to finally go ahead and spin this up, and it is my first carded bat on my new drum carder, so it felt like perfect timing. Yes, it's a knitter's watch, and I know Wendy, you will be like, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be super consistent from the beginning," and you will be. Yes, I joined Christiana's team from Three Ravens studio, Three Raven Fiber. Her Facebook group is called Nevermore Forevermore, and uh, and unlike other spinning teams, like other spinning events like Spinzilla, where you can be only part of one team, for Tour de Fleece you can be part of more than one, I think. Well, at least these groups said that they were fine if you double dipped in several groups. So I also joined Edgewood Garden Studio, which is a fiber dye place which is close to my place. Ilga is the one who runs that, and she dyes amazing fiber. She does uh, amazing space dyed stuff. Her colors are good, and the fiber is just so amazing after it's done. And I've gone to a studio and sat with her and seen how she dyes. Um, it makes it a lot easier when you have around 3 or 4,000 square foot of dye space. It was a huge swimming pool in covered swimming pool area which has been converted into her dye studio. So that is huge. So it's nice when you can have like, you know, 8 to 10 8-foot tables lying down, and you can space hand dye and space paint all the fiber at once and get very consistent results. Oh, you did the Shacked DDF last year. Cool. Are you joining any team, Wendy, this year? Okay. So Kent is messaging me, who had actually told me about trying this new angle, camera angle for spinning. Uh, so he's messaging me right now, and I'm telling him, okay, come over there and see whether this looks better. But this fiber is just drafting out really well, and oh, yeah, Casper is getting the love from everyone, even through private messages. Uh, yeah, most of the teams are offering prizes and stuff. Uh, that I guess can be one incentive to join. Um, I joined Christiana's team, and actually, I'm offering a prize. Uh, I don't know what yet, but I'll be offering something. The Edgewood Garden team, I love Ilga's fiber. No matter what she dyes, whichever color, sometimes it's very hard for me to choose what braid to get from her, and she's very generous in giving out braids. That's what I hear. I don't know, but I was like, let's just join something, and this, I don't join mostly for the prizes. I just join because I want to get some of this fiber spun up. So, and and as you know, when I'm spinning, I'm kind of like jumping from one art yarn to the next, and then I don't sit and spin something very, like, I can spin consistently and if I really want to, but it's I'm kind of like that squirrel who keep jumping from one thing to the other, right? So this way I thought it'll be a good way to push me to just spin this one particular fiber and actually get it done. And it'll be a nice way to celebrate the my new bat. And I'm actually just loving the way this is coming out. The spinning is very comfortable, and those little bits of color, they're just very tiny flecks, which are just making this very fun tweedy yarn. Um, I don't think you can see much of the color on the bobbin. You're probably just seeing gray, but so Alana, what would you call this draft that I'm doing? Um, I call it my short backward, and I call it my semi woolen or semi worsted, because I do let the twist in go behind my, towards the fiber, and going over the going over my pinch thumb and forefinger. So I do let some of the twist in, but it's not truly woolen because it's not really like long draw. I feel very intimidated to do long draw. I haven't done it. Once I've tried it a few times and I just feel like it's giving so much control away. So, but this is my default spinning draft for the most part. If it was top, I would be, uh, doing maybe more worsted style and not letting that spin back, but I still do a back shot backward rather than a shot forward. The shot forward drives me a little nuts. This is shot backwards. Yeah, it's woolen, so yeah, because I also, when I slide my fingers back, I'm kind of smoothening the fiber, so I don't see it so much as a true woolen wrap. I don't know if you can see the specks of colors. I know the blue is showing up, but there's lots of magenta and orange bits in there too. Yeah, it is a spectrum, so there is no just one way, that's true. Oh, I have always wanted to ask you, Alana, how do you like your woolly winder? I know you use that on the Hanson, and Casper is sleeping. So you hold fiber in different hands. Yeah, at least there is some way to tell us apart. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, I hold my fiber in my left hand and draft back, and my, I guess my drafting hand is my right hand. Is that the drafting hand? I guess, yeah. Yeah. And I spin on my Hansen quite a bit as well. That was my first wheel actually. And I moved over to the Lendrum when I started doing more art yarns and things like that. I just um, couldn't control that the speed of the wheel for art yarns on the Hansen. But once, I guess, if I get better on the art yarns and consistency, then I'll be fine. Well, thank you. And you can see these bundles there. So that's how they look. And Thank you, Sue. Yeah, I think we were chatting about this particular fiber the other day. This was the Romney which I got last year. What is better than a drum carder, Alana? Oh, so forward hand. So yeah. So my forward hand is my right hand, and my back hand is my left hand. I think Kent is getting annoyed with my talking. Oh, the woolly winder is better than a drum carder? I don't think so. Let's disagree on that because I don't have a woolly winder. And kittens. Mm, you know I'm a dog person, right? That's the other way we can tell us apart. But you have a dog too. Poor guy doesn't get uh, any highlights in your feed. I know I was watching one of your feeds and you mentioned that, oh, sorry for my dog snoring and stuff. And I just went like, she has a dog? Why why hasn't the dog been mentioned ever? Or was it in your sock video, I think? Yeah, I have to try it. I actually did try someone's woolly winder. So I have, if you see my Lendrum wheel, I have painted my wheel, and one of my friends saw my wheel painted, and she sent me her Hanson. This is Keston, who wanted her Hanson electric wheel painted similarly in silver. So he farts too much. Uh, yeah. When I painted her wheel, she had given me her wheel with her woolly winder, her Hanson wheel, and she wanted me to paint the bobbins and everything. So I did that for her, and then I did try out her woolly winder. I was actually not a fan. I found it was pulling very inconsistently. I'm just not used to it, and I felt I had to increase the speed of the spinner like almost 50% of what I usually spin at. Um, so it might be just something getting used to. But I kind of also like the breaks in between to kind of move my hand position, move my body to uh, move that hook from spot to spot. Though I would like it for plying. Yeah, so is your sock class ready? So Alana, for others who are watching, is having a spinning for socks online course, and I've had a sneak peek at it and have really found it very interesting. And I do have some Corriedale fiber which I'm planning to spin at some point for socks. Or it might have needed oil. Yeah, probably that could be the case. And that's the other thing. I feel like it'll be just another thing. Like I've heard of people having nightmares with, it's all stuck up with fuzz in it, and then you have to clean it out and all of that. I said, I don't know. and then I would need a whole set of new bobbins for it. And I essentially, after all the spinning I have done, I generally like plying mostly on the Hansen now, and occasionally I'll spin on it too. But this fiber, when I do consistent yarn like this, I do like the Hansen. The reason why I'm using my Lendrum, at least for now, is because this is some fleece that I cleaned myself, carded it, and everything. I feel it deserves a little more, you know, manual labor. Don't ask me the reasoning behind it. That's what it is. Oh, tomorrow is a big reveal. Oh, cool. Yeah, so that's what I think. It's a different kind of wheel. I mean, a different tool. So it has been on my radar, but definitely on my radar was a drum carder more than a woolly winder. So a drum carder is what I really needed. I did not need a woolly winder. I can live without a woolly winder for now. I can even live without a drum carder, but hey. And this is all for Tour de Fleece. So I was like, let this be the way it is. I love it when I get these big chunks of silk in it. I know it must drive some people nuts, but these are my these are my happy moments. Yeah, it just gives more options. That's true. And what you're seeing in the background behind my wheel is my table and everything that was set up for taking pictures of pottery for the wool and fiber show that I did. There's just so much to clean up every time, and I was just like, screw it. I'm just going to spin. I can't have a perfectly great background. Ooh, cherry crepes. Have fun. That sounds like a good breakfast, lunch, whatever. At your time, it's lunchtime. Good to have lunch for crepes too, so it's all good. Take care. Thanks for joining. wheel might need some oil. It is getting a little cranky. Only at the bobbins, I think that's where. Let's see if this is better. Oh, yes. You see the difference? It's so much more silent now. It does do a little rattling sound just the way those bobbins sit in there. And then let's go with our cheat sheet. Make sure that's still consistent. It is. I might be getting a little thinner. So if I do a 2-ply, yeah, still has the same twist angle, and yeah, that still looks pretty consistent. I think I thought I had like around 10 ounces, but I think I have probably around 8 or 9 ounces of this fiber. I wish I'd kept better records of how much I purchased and how much landed up being waste and all of that. But I didn't. It was my second time buying some fiber and, you know, locks for cleaning and everything. So I was just like, I don't think I'm going to be doing this often. But you never know. I got a piece of straw or something there. Oh, I think I pulled it out. That's good. So far, so good. So this will give me an idea of how much time it takes to spin one of these bundles, and based on that I can kind of figure out how much time it'll take me to spin the rest of this fiber, and I could maybe divide that out for two to fleece, so I can be sure that I meet my goal of spinning it all. And I think it's very doable, and I might, and if I actually don't get bored spinning this, which I don't think I will, at least for now I don't, but you never know, me with so much gray fiber, I can pretty quickly go like, I don't want to spin it. Or maybe I might just start core spinning it and doing some other doodads with it. We'll see. There's some curly cues in there. That's the one thing I've realized, that as the bobbin fills up, I kind of need to increase my tension slightly, and I've noticed that even on the Hansen. So let's see if that helps now. Yeah, yeah, when the bobbin gets around halfway full, I kind of need to adjust. And I already had one of these bundles on this. This is the second bundle, and I think I could fit in 4 bundles on it easily, which is around 2 ounces. So one bobbin, yeah, it's a 2 ounce capacity. There is still some lanolin in it. You can see some shine coming on my fingers. Because I kind of wanted that little bit of that smooth uh, texture of the wool while spinning. try to fill my bobbins up consistently even though I don't have a woolly winder. They are not very consistent. Like today, it's not because I'm getting distracted talking and stuff like that, but for the most part, uh, I do tend to fill up my bobbin consistently enough that it's not like these big mountains of highs and lows in there. Okay, just a little bit of this fiber left. Well, from the first bump, I still have many bumps to go. I think I have 12 more to go. But I'm gonna count, make sure, see how much time this has taken me. It says 41 minutes. So let's say an hour. And each of these bumps is half an ounce. So we'll see how many bumps we have and calculate based on that how much time it's going to take me to spin this all up. And if I just do one bump a day, maybe, set up a goal like that. And if I do finish off with this fiber, I have a whole bag of um, minis that I won from Jillian Moreno. So I'm looking forward to spinning that. That's what I was wondering which one to spin. So decided on this for now. But I can always start spinning the other one. Let's just check consistency again. Yep, still looking good. Do a flyback test. This is towards the end where there's no twist there, but still same angle, so that's good. Okay. Yeah, and places where the sari silk bits are and stuff, it'd be a little inconsistent, but that's what makes this yarn so much more fun. But I don't know if you can see, but that's how the bobbin looks. Is it focusing? Don't you just wish things would just focus by themselves every time? So, okay, come on, focus. Sorry, it's decided not to focus. So, there you go. Thank you everyone for joining. I will see you all next time. Bye.